probably the easiest of the flow controller, really understands the if statement, and it reads like a book. If this, then do something. So we're going to say if x equals 10, then let's go ahead and print a little bit of copy and paste magic here. Not equals, then we're going to say no. Pretty easy to understand. We can say that x is 10. If x is 10, if x is not 10, the exclamation means not. Very similar to C and C++. Let's go ahead and run this. Yes, it is 10. Now if I change this to, ta-da, it's suddenly not 10. Very close to it, but not exactly it. Remember, computers deal in precise numbers. Cancel. Don't know why I did that. So no, it is not 10. Now, remember our conversation earlier where we had to do the triple. Because these are two different types. This specific compiler in the background doesn't really seem to care, but in Qt Creator it got a little cranky with us and gave us a warning when we just had two. So what's really the difference here? Well, using the 3 does not perform any sort of type coercion, meaning it doesn't try to figure out what sort of type it is. So 10.00 and 10 are two different types under the hood. Like I said, this compiler doesn't care, and usually you can safely ignore it. However, just be aware that is a thing, and some JavaScript compilers care and some do not. All right, moving on. We can also break it down to if-else, and we can use operators. So we can say, for example, if x is less than 10, then do something. Else, we can do something else. And it reads just like that. It's super simple, super easy to understand. I'm going to grab this. Less than 10. And we're going to say, instead of less than, I'm going to say less than or equals to. Greater than 10. Pretty simple to understand. And we can do, last but not least, the else if. So I can say if x is less than 10. And then we can say, I'm just going to do the less than 10. I should say less than or equal to. Then I'm going to say else if, and then we have to give it some sort of check. There we go. So if it's greater than 10, I'm just going to say, and then we can give it one final if, else. There we go. And we're going to just simply say equals 10. Save and run. And we get a whole lot of stuff going on here. You understand the basic principles. We can do a one-liner. We can do else if. We can do else if and else. Now, is this really an else if? When you read it, it says else, but under the hood, it is actually an else if. It's basically else if false. Basically, this didn't equal true. A little bit confusing. Some languages you have to specifically define that, and if you're coming from one of those languages, you might be a little bit confused. But basically, when you see else, it means else everything else was false.